Welcome to our Saturday Q&A with Emmanuel. Thank you to all of you who are joining across the globe. Folks from all parts of the world are tuning in today. I see Uganda, South Africa, Portugal, all parts of Europe, the UK, Canada, and the US. So nice to see you all. We've got people logged into Facebook, Crowdcast, and YouTube, and we are broadcasting live from the beautiful Mount Madonna. So welcome to everybody who's joining us today. Being that this is the last session of the year, we at Ascension One Collective wanted to express how moved we are by the commitment to deep personal and planetary awakening that you, our community, have endeavored upon over the last year. Thank you for the role you play in supporting deeper levels of growth and transformation for all. For those who are new, my name is Crystal. I'm with Ascension One Collective, the foundation that supports the work of the channel. I'm here today to ask all your questions. Last we came together, we explored ending the cycle of karma in an energetic transmission with the Elohim. This week, we will continue to explore this topic with the guide Emmanuel. We will have the opportunity to ask questions of the celestial being. We've created a two-part session to give you some time to receive the energetic transmission from 2 weeks ago, integrate it, and allow for topic-based questions to emerge over the week. So we look forward to answering those questions for you today. If you'd like to ask a question, feel free to type it into the Questions tab at the bottom of the screen in Crowdcast. The production team will then choose a few questions to ask the channel from the list. Before you ask the question, ask yourself, what's the best way to ask this question that would serve this group? We've found that Emmanuel's answers are typically phrased in a way that serves the greater good, so if you're looking for a personal answer, the answer may not align with your expectation. The energy field pulls us into an interesting collective state, so you may find that if you have a question in your mind, you receive the answer in someone else's question or silently inside yourself. For those who are new, I will explain the process that a seal goes through to open the connection that we refer to as the channel. This is a connection to both powerful energy and wisdom that during the sessions he will embody and bring through. The process for a seal to get into trance includes spontaneous movements of his body and hands, shaking of his body, fast breathing, and as the energy level rises, sometimes his eyes will roll upwards. It may not seem it, but this is all normal. His everyday human consciousness is still available to him while he's channeling, and he can stop the embodiment at any time. Once the energy field is established, Emmanuel will come through to deliver a wisdom transmission. Then I will ask your questions. As the session ends, we'll sit together in silence as a seal comes back into this state of awareness. For people who can support the work, it not only supports a seal, but it supports the whole production team. Many of you have generously supported these Saturday transmissions and all of Ascension One Collective's work throughout the year. It's truly appreciated, and it really helps us keep this work accessible. We have a special link to our annual giving fundraising page in the chat. Any dollar amount contributes to the deepening and expansion of this work. Enjoy the session. I'll see you back here upon your return.
Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome from all around the world. We are indeed a truly global family. And when I see all of you joining from all around the world, and when I think of all the human beings that have been on this journey of exploration, of self-realization, of asking these deep, meaningful questions, maybe thousands of years ago, I wonder, how much have we actually changed? And how much of us actually stays the same? Which parts of ourselves are consistently curious about who we are, what we are, where we come from, and where we're going, what the purpose of this life is, what the meaning of this existence is? Questions that have been asked for many millennia. And so we go on this exploration together, asking questions and requesting answers. And while the mind is often the one that is asking the questions, the answers are really meant for all parts of our being. And some answers are beyond words. Some experiences are indescribable. It just results to an inner knowing, a deeper level of trust, a deeper level of understanding without the necessary mental understanding. And with that trust, what happens to all those questions that we have had before? Well, they no longer are as burning questions as they used to be. I'm sure some of you have had those experiences that in deep states of expansion and relaxation, questions really carry no meaning themselves. All that matters is that deep alignment, that deep trust, that deep surrender, and a greater sense of awareness that emerges. And while it is truly interesting and fascinating, the topics that we explore with the guides, for me personally, the energy that comes through and the energetic presence that we get to co-create together, that level of group energy, that level of group presence that we get to achieve together is really the most exciting experience. That doesn't mean I'm not curious about the answers that will come today. I am. And most likely, I'll be very excited to read the transcript to see all the answers in detail. But I invite you to listen to the energy. I invite you to receive the answers as energetic answers, more than just mental answers. Words are limited, and the receptivity through words, making sense out of the words, is also limited. So listen also with an expanded state of consciousness, with an expanded state of awareness, and listen beyond the words. Listen to the silence between the words. That's my invitation for you for today. Welcome, everyone, and many blessings. See you all on the other side of this journey. Greetings. My name is Emmanuel. All of you have been wondering the questions of dissolving the pain that you feel in this human form. All of you have been remembering the aspects of existence beyond any felt pain. All of you have been wondering the purpose of suffering, the purpose of the perpetual repetition of painful cycles. All of you desiring comfort, innately finding peace inside. A state of being unwavering in the face of any circumstance. And the discovery of this journey has brought all of you through the many ages, through the many lifetimes, through many generations to this point. The deeper question to ask beyond the purpose of this repetitive cycle of pain and suffering. Who are you in the experience of the human form? What aspect of yourself are you truly aware of? The one that understands and recognizes the importance of this pain, for the expansion of your consciousness and the consciousness of humanity? Or the one that is lost in the cycles of this pain? The one that requires to understand every aspect of life in order to find peace, in order to find purpose. The first step, embracing and understanding the choice as a soul container made to be in this human form, in this human experience, embracing the gift of life with the full spectrum of emotions, the full spectrum of senses, the full spectrum of challenges. Trusting that this experience was established for you, for all of humanity. Embracing the love that is embedded in every piece of this creation, in every aspect of this creation. This newly found foundation is the basis of greater explorations. The human form serves you. The human form serves learning, realizations, and evolution as a consciousness. The expansion beyond the repetitive cycles of learning can only occur when the consciousness that has chosen to learn has come to a maturity of the learning process itself. An embrace of this construct for all that it is, for all that it provides. A true love of life itself. And you will start to feel a liberation, a freedom, and truly, sustainably long lasting peace within. And at first, this freedom and this peace will last for a few moments. Yet you will have tasted a familiar experience of being home in your true essence as a consciousness. And you will find more often these moments of peace and alignment. And you will recognize that the peace found will be accessible and achievable more regularly and more often, more consistently held over time. And every moment you find this peace, a greater level of trust will exude from your presence. Others will witness this trust in you. Others will witness this peace within you. And the expressions that emerge from you as the one that has found this inner peace will be innately embedded with the love and the peace that you have found. The words spoken, the emotions shared, the actions executed will carry that particular frequency, that particular presence. And others will be touched. Others will be impacted by the expressions of this newly found peace within yourself. This is the ending of the cycle of karma. The individual finding their path to its own freedom, to its own liberation, to its own alignment, and to its own peace. And through the individual, the repetitive nature of learning and realizations becoming no longer relevant for the evolution of consciousness in human form. And while this state of being may require continued reflection, continued attempts to find longer lasting peace within, it is a journey worthwhile undertaking. As every aspect of your life and the lives of those connected to you will be impacted as a result of your undertaking. As everyone connected to you will formulate their own journey to finding that peace inside. The cycles of learning will not complete by completing each cycle, by receiving each realization. Infinite realizations to be received. Yet, the state of maturity of your consciousness will demand a new way of existence, a new way of operation, and a new way of learning. And this form, the human form, an individualized expression in material form, will no longer be required to continue the repetitive karmic cycles established for the realization and the evolution of its consciousness. Thank you for listening to my words. I will now answer some of your questions.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Denise asks, how does forgiveness across previous lifetimes and this current lifetime affect humanity's ascension process?
True forgiveness is the result of a shift of perspective. Forgiveness, in its true essence, is understanding the cycles of victim, villain, and savior carry no longer meaning for the individual that has experienced the pain. It is a perspective beyond the cycles that operate to deliver learning, an understanding that these cycles no longer carry weight, that the learning that was sought to be delivered was delivered. A true acceptance of life and all that has occurred as a result of life. Therefore, holding that perspective shift is holding a new frequency of presence for all of humanity. Many of you will be required to shift your perspectives, to evolve beyond the cycles established for you, the pain that has occurred in this and many lifetimes before. And as more and more of you expand the perspectives that you currently hold to perspectives that include all of humanity, to hold the true essence of your being beyond the one that has experienced challenge and pain, humanity will be on its way towards the ascension process. A completion of cycles will occur within you and within all of those involved. Some cycles will be recreated, and many cycles will be completed. The shift of perspective will take root. will hold you as you continue your journey, will strengthen your presence, will strengthen your trust and confidence in yourself and in life itself. A greater sense of possibility and a greater expanded experience of love will emerge from within you as a result of this perspective shift. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Eve asks, can you speak about recurring negative patterns which have been occurring throughout my life? I seem to have a pattern of accidents like falling downstairs, car crashes, pulling muscles. There are so many situations, and I wonder if there is a deep reason for this situation. It's as though something stops me from doing the things I love.
The present manifestation of your reality is delivered according to the inner alignment that you hold. A misalignment within, even though not clearly observed, will impact the reality that manifests in front of you. Therefore, all obstacles, all challenges of this kind are driven by a certain misalignment within. Seizing all actions, seizing all expressions for a moment to find a greater alignment within, a greater presence and greater awareness within, will assist you in finding that alignment and acting from that alignment. And you will notice that your immediate reality will respond to the alignment that you hold within. As this manifestation of reality is a direct reflection of your inner state of being. Your immediate reality mirrors on your behalf to bring greater awareness to the misalignments within. Establish a practice, a space in which you find silence, in which you find rest, trust, and surrender. Allow your consciousness to expand in ways it has not before. Allow the nature of this creation to assist with the realignment of all parts of your being, your mental, emotional, and physical, your energetic spiritual parts. And you will notice over time the greater alignment that is being established within you will naturally create a different reality, a different immediate expression around you. Inner alignment will create outer alignment. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Nathalie asks, as a leader in the community, how can you get your group to want to create together from a common perspective that goes beyond the repetition of the usual cycles?
The traditional cycles that you refer to are established through the ego construct as well as the emotional construct. The true self, embedded within the energetic spiritual construct, can only create an aligned reality. As the true self understands the collective nature of consciousness in human form. Therefore, explore the thoughts and the emotions that you hold that are connected to the separate, individualized perspective of human life. And explore the thoughts and emotions that are connected to the unified and collective perspective of humanity. As you explore this together as a community, together as a family, together as a global expression of consciousness, you will notice that in your deep inquiry as a consciousness, you will create collectively from that place of an expanded consciousness, beyond the ego construct identified by itself, subjectively perceiving, subjectively projecting, and requesting. The collective nature of creation is in your hands, and many of you will tune into this possibility as communities, reaching these expanded states together. A new set of reality will emerge for you, and your impact on each other, your impact on all of humanity will be felt. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Nurgle asks, the most painful experience for me is seeing my daughter suffering while it feels like my hands are tied. Nothing seems to help but medication. I understand I'm going through transformation, helping my maturity and evolution. But can you tell me how I can speed up my learning as this pain is unbearable? Thank you.
Beyond the suffering of the self, the suffering witnessed in others will be one of the greatest challenges of the human experience. Can you, in this experience, touch upon a greater love for yourself and for your loved ones, feeling their pain, yet without the emotions that come along with the pain? The expanded states of consciousness that you can reach will allow you to hold a greater love within your heart, a greater level of compassion, a greater level of presence, a consistent presence. Your sadness, your frustration, your anger Your misery will not assist your loved ones in their experience. Only your ability to transmute all of those feelings, to hold a greater frequency of love and compassion, will assist them, will guide them to a different state of being. No matter the circumstances, no matter the actual pain that is occurring, the emotions, the thoughts, the stories that arise are all subject to perspective and subject to change. And as these aspects of perspective and emotion held changes, the reality itself and the pain itself, the circumstance itself will change as a result of the inner change established. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Xenon asks, karmic cycles and ancestral negative patterning do not seem to be diminishing, particularly on a personal level. Will these painful patterns reduce over time, either personally or collectively, as we progress on the ascension pathway?
First, the experience, the observation of these patterns will be intensified. Your ability to sense the patterns that have been within you, within your ancestry, within your lineage for many generations will become visible in ways that have not been before. You will notice the details in all aspects of your life impacted by the experiences of your previous generations, the conditioning that you have brought forth into this very moment, the repetitive nature, the insistent nature of these learnings. It is first the expansion of your sensitivity that will bring forth a greater awareness. And it may seemingly be increasing in its intensity. It may seemingly be intensifying in all aspects of your life, in all relationships. Yet, the awareness is the first step. It is the first step to transformation. It is the first step to evolution. Allow yourself to be aware, to be present, to observe. Allow yourself to get into these expanded states of consciousness in which these rigid patterns, these insisting patterns of the past, can transform, can be held with true objectivity and with love. Only a neutral state of being can hold that which is difficult to see, to feel, and to experience. Yet you have this capacity within you. The challenge will be finding that space and time to truly receive all that you are, all that you have been, and all of those that have brought you into this moment, the previous generations, the ancestry that you derive from. Truly observing every aspect of their gifts, even if you do not perceive many aspects as a gift itself. It does carry value and purpose. As humanity undergoes this transformation individually, to hold all of its existence, all of its being, with greater love and greater possibility, the transformation will occur on a collective level, and patterns, conditionings, and the difficult lessons of the past will find resolution, one after the other. Yet the journey begins with you, in this very moment. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Erica asks, how can I speak to others about the truth that I see in the world? It seems that when I share what I see, others defend their opinions and are unwilling to listen and discuss what I see. Is it better to keep my reflections private?
First and foremost, find alignment within yourself before sharing the truth that is emerging from within you. Understand, does this truth want to be shared right now with these people in front of me? Or is it my personal interest, my personal desire to share, to be acknowledged, to be seen, to be understood? This learning is for you to be had, not for the others. The wisdom that you may share will find resonance in those that are ready to hear your truth. Yet you must gauge who is willing and ready to listen, who has requested to hear your perspective, and those that are ready to listen to the perspectives that you hold will first respond to the energy that you carry, to the presence that you carry, to the love that you carry. The curiosity will emerge naturally, and an opinion and perspective can never be imposed upon. You are entitled to your perspective, and so are others to theirs. And all perspectives can truly coexist. Enforcing one's perspective, defending against perspectives, is merely limiting your own capacity to receive all that there is, all perspectives held within the human consciousness, the beauty of diversity, the beauty of exploration, and the beauty of experimentation right before you. This is the true nature of the individualized experience and the individualized perspectives gained. The evolution of the individual occurs as the individual is able and capable to hold many perspectives than it used to, eventually holding all perspectives that are possible in the human form to be held. This will require a different mode of operation, a different state of being, a different state of presence, an openness beyond ever experienced, a trust beyond ever experienced. Yet, the possibility is within you. Explore. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Joe asks, what is the process to release and surrender all karma at all levels of our being to fully merge into Christ consciousness and ascend as a light body?
In the evolutionary process that an individual is following, your first steps will become more aware of your existence, to understand the great level of presence that you can reach as an individual, that this level of presence expands your consciousness, your ability to receive, your ability to transmit. Your presence will allow for you to touch upon the greatest love of this creation, to find the greatest trust and surrender in this moment. Karmic cycles established to bring forth greater learnings, to bring you to this exact state of expanded perspective, will then cease to exist, as these cycles will no longer be required for you to reach these states of expansion. You have reached the state of expansion by your own choice, by your own free will. And through these continued states of expansion, all aspects of your being, your emotional, your mental, your energetic spiritual construct, as well as your physical construct, will start to align and operate at the frequencies that are consistently held through these expanded states. Every aspect of you will operate in unison. Every aspect of you will consistently receive and transmit into this physical reality. And you will find yourself transforming beyond your imagination. You will find yourself evolving as a consciousness individually as well as a collective. Yet few individuals can truly hold these alignments for an extended period of time. These deep levels of presence will consistently be challenged by the environment and by the circumstances of the individual. Therefore, the practices, the moments of silence delivered to support you on this journey will be instrumental in the continued evolution of your consciousness. These states in human form will prepare for the ascension process of the collective. The preparation of the individual is the preparation for the collective. Therefore, the transformation of the individual is the transformation of the collective. Every step that you take is a step taken for the collective. The ascension of the individual does not occur without the ascension of the collective itself. Therefore, at first, these states of being, these states of expanded nature, will have to serve all of those that have not yet experienced these states of possibility. And only collectively can true, consistent change occur. The consistent state of expansion as a collective that in continuation will impact all of humanity. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Peter asks, the guides have mentioned that there are infinite humanities in infinite universes, only one of which will ascend as we complete karmic cycles. What happens to all the other infinite numbers of parallel human realities during that and after the ascension?
What you perceive as the infinite versions of humanity are infinite representations of the human collective that you are all part of. Yet only one manifestation operates on behalf of the collective reaching the state of maturity to constitute this ascension process. The other perceived universes are still in operation and in support of this seed of consciousness that you are. They are merely different expressions, different manifestations to allow for parallel experiences and experimentations to occur. As you can see, you are the expansion of consciousness in human form, and this manifestation is merely one of an infinite number of manifestations, yet a significant one, as all these manifestations return its learnings and understanding of existence into the collective. The only manifestation to focus on is the one that you are in right now. The same is valid for the other manifestations of human existence. This effort will emerge through the individual and through the collective that is manifested into its own reality. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you for receiving my words and the wisdom provided to you. The significant evolutionary process occurs within you, and every moment of your existence carries the potential to support you in this evolutionary process. You are therefore walking the steps necessary for the entire collective. You are touched, you are supported and carried in this journey as you allow yourself to be carried and supported. May these words land within you with grace and with receptivity. As you are coming out of this transmission, become aware of your physical body. Become aware of your breathing. Become aware of your senses. And hold yourself with love, the same love that the guides are holding us with, the same care. And maybe gift yourself an acknowledgement of gratitude, an acknowledgement of honor, an acknowledgement of celebration. Every step counts. Every moment carries potential. And every moment carries infinite amount of love. Thank yourself for being here, and thank all of those that were before us to make sure we could have this very moment. Despite what we may perceive as imperfections of the past, we have made it here to this very moment. We are alive and well. We are held and cared for. We are supported. How could this not be perfection? Divine perfection, divine orchestration. So let that all sink into your body, into your heart, into your mind. And with this newly found state, see if you can bring that to your loved ones, to your work, to the strangers in the supermarket or in the subway. an energy that you can hold for as long as you want. Thank you all for being here. Have a beautiful evening, night, and day ahead.
Welcome back, everyone. Take your time to come back into your body. Take any extra time you need in a sitting or lying position. Or stay in this state as long as you need to. As we're coming back, I have a few gentle closing remarks. If you'd like to continue this journey with Ascension One, there are so many ways to do it. We've designed a home for all of Ascension One's collectives, online community, in Mighty Networks, which you can join by using the link placed in the chat if you're not already with us. Within Mighty Networks, you can access our upcoming Saturday live stream schedule, our weekly Monday integration calls where we gather to discuss the transmissions and the impact that they have on our daily lives, and our programs and courses. We have a rich program schedule in the works for 2022 that includes launching Ascension One Collective for our Spanish-speaking community, continuing our Pillars of Light and Sacred Earth practitioner training course paths, and continuing to reignite sacred sites around the world with our Sacred Earth expeditions, bringing those to you with digital passports and documentaries. We will share the schedule for 2022 in the coming weeks. This work is possible because of your support. As you would imagine, it takes a village to bring the channel to this space and then beam it out to all of you. If you find this of value, please consider supporting us to keep this work accessible. We have a special link to our annual giving fundraising page in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for contributing your presence and your time. We feel the commitment you have to your own awakening and the contribution to the strong connection of Ascension One Collective, and we're deeply moved. Take it easy after the session. Give space for the energy behind the words to continue to work. If you can, keep your mind quiet. If you can't, bring this presence and peace to whatever it is that you need to do. I feel the deep love within each of you, and it fills my heart with joy. Happy holidays, and we'll see you next year.